Here we are in week number 34 in Germany. This week, guys, spoiler alert, I'm not going to talk so much, and I have a little bit more to show you guys. Although it really didn't feel like that much, sometimes I've just been not feeling like filming, or I don't think about it, so you guys gotta forgive me that I don't like film everything all the time. Really, over this, it's been almost 40 weeks that I started making these videos. I feel like I actually have made them about 40 weeks, so I feel like that's a lot of dedication. And I'm going to stick to it till the end of the year, which is probably around week 49 or 50. Just be sure to stick around for it. I will finish this, and I might even do stuff when I get back. But to start out the week, I went to the Meissen Porcelain factory again on Tuesday. We were filming there, an American artist. Her name is Jen Ray, and she is currently working on this project. I'm not sure if it was her idea, her art style per se, or if it was Meissen's idea, or maybe a collaboration, but what they're working on currently, or she is, and I guess a lot of other people, but she's really the one getting filmed, I would say it's her idea, is when we went there, she was working on, I think, anywhere between 6 to 8 porcelain axes. I mean, full-size porcelain axes. And that's difficult enough as it is, because I found out that porcelain, it looks like clay when it's wet and everything, but it dries like really fast, so it's difficult to work with and be quick about it. So you kind of have to piece it together, I think, to make it look pretty. But with these axes are also covered and garnished with these beautiful porcelain flowers. It's really epic. I've never seen anything like it. You guys can see a little bit of those pictures right there. You will get plenty in the video, but I mean, just look at the detail. I can't even stress. That is just ridiculously amazing. And I really had a lot of fun filming that day. It was really cool, and I would gladly go back, which I actually did today, to do something else, but that will be in next week's video, you guys. And so let's skip ahead to the Vogelstation on Wednesday. There's not really much film from that. Here's just a couple pictures, because there's a really cool crow. It's actually a hooded crow. I don't know if we have those in the US. Speaking to all my US viewers, but pretty neat looking crows. They're really common here in Germany. Just as common as the regular black carrion crow, I think it's called. Yeah, pretty cool. And then there's that owl right there. Pretty neat owl. Didn't really do anything special when I was at the Vogelstation. I kind of worked outside a bunch and just cut up vines and thorn vines, might I add. And yeah, so my jeans I'm wearing are kind of like ripped up, but whatever, I'll live. And yeah, again, it wasn't that eventful of a week. On Saturday, we actually met up at a restaurant called I've been to it, the Freiburger place. That place I started going in Dresden with my host dad every Wednesday for Stammtisch, and I stopped going there for quite a while. I don't remember why exactly, but I went there and had an awesome lunch. I had an awesome dinner. And of course you can see that goulash right there. Super good. And then we went out and for a drink afterwards and enjoyed our night. It was pretty cool. So I'm going to be finished up talking now. I don't want to keep you guys like 9 minutes like I did last time. I wouldn't even want to hear me talk for that long. It's really weird to hear yourself talk, guys, you know? I just want to let you know that. And for Mike, Sam, Mickey, all you other guys that did those videos and whatnot, you guys know exactly how I feel to hear yourself talk. It's really bizarre, but you get used to it. So, you guys know how we do this. Let's see what we did for the week.
Hello, Z.
Now here we are starting out at the Meissen Porcelain factory. This was Jen Ray's porcelain room, I guess her office per se, and that is actually not a porcelain apple. That is a real apple. The rest of that stuff, though, was porcelain. That is her desk and work area right there, and you can see a bit of those axes over there. Roman was just taking some camera shots for the overall project, so I thought I would sort of copy off the technique and take one for myself. There was Jen Ray actually cutting off the stem of this flower, and applying the porcelain liquid to it, first kind of scratching it so they would be able to harden and fuse within each other. I believe that's how it worked. You should be able to see it coming up soon here. But it was really exciting to be there to see her work and what she did. It's really, really amazing. And apparently with those axes, the axe head and the handle were actually two different things. They were actually fused together because, as I mentioned before, porcelain dries very quickly. So it's a very difficult material to work with, and that's why I would say it's so revered. And because, I mean, porcelain just looks beautiful. Anyways, here I was actually outside. It kind of scared me because there was a big gap right next to me, as you can see right there, and I have a bit of phobia of heights, I would say, but I'm going to stop talking about that and let you guys see this beautiful axe right here. Actually, multiple beautiful axes. I believe the overall project should be something along the lines of many tools made out of porcelain. I mean full-size tools, and I even heard something about guns and weaponry also being made out of porcelain and garnished with these flowers, and I can think of a really few different cool ideas. One I actually don't mind mentioning would be really cool to have like a 18th century rifle, and then sort of wrap these like porcelain thorn vines around it with the roses, the rose and the thorn. That would be really epic. I'm only just hoping that she's going to be able to bring something like that to life. I might even ask and see if that's something they had in mind, or maybe, I don't know. If they could make that a reality, it would be like the coolest thing I'd ever seen in my life. Here I was briefly in the Meissen Porcelain factory. This is where the, I guess, less lavish things, even though it's Meissen Porcelain, it's pretty lavish anyways, are actually made. I mean, Meissen Porcelain still has to be made in bulk because it's so renowned, so they got to keep up with supply and demand. And as I noticed, they actually still hand paint on all of their Meissen Porcelain logos on each of them. That's pretty neat. Here I was at the Vogelstation the next day. We were actually letting this hooded crow that you saw in the photo, we were letting him go. He had healed up well. I believe he had a broken wing, and he's healed up well since. And as you can see, he can actually fly. He just needed a little encouragement. And so that was really happy to see him be able to make it on his own. I'd never seen that, but it was awesome.
Oh, oops. I have to air sail like while I'm showing the video up. I have to like air sail in what was happening. This one made a bit.
He was actually talking about a very crude word, and we showed Kerstin, and she just burst out laughing, and so that's what we were laughing about overall. And stop. Continuing on with my thought, it was a pretty cool week, and I think we're gonna have another chill week this week. The weather is finally warming up, and we finally moved our clocks ahead. Apparently the US just does it earlier by themselves, and the rest of the world sort of waits till now. I don't know why we always want to do that, but you know, America, we'll do our own thing. Not gonna be mad about it, but this is us walking back from having drinks. We enjoyed ourselves quite a lot, and as I said, very cool week, and still can't wait to see what's coming up next. And so I'll see you guys next week.